Hello, welcome to Cafdil Lessons.
Hello, my wonderful viewers. You are welcome to another edition of Cafdil Science Lessons. And from Cafdil Studios, this is your teacher, Ernest Atto Bento. Kids, today we are beginning a new edition of science lessons from the beginning of the curriculum in first term. Remember that these lessons are based on the new GES curriculum released in 2019 that you are also following at school. So today we are going to start with strand 1, diversity of matter, sub-strand 1, living things and non-living things. And today we are going to talk about plants, that is types of plant roots. Viewers, I also want to remind you that you can enjoy these lessons on our social media handles. On YouTube, you can go to Cafdil Edu, and on Facebook, you can go to Cafdil Cape Coast to enjoy these science lessons and any other interesting program on Cafdil. So today, we are going to look at types of plant roots. Types of plant roots. Good. So this is lesson 1. We are beginning lesson 1, root system of plants. The root system of plants. I know that from basic 1, 2, 3, you have learned about parts of the plant, and root is one of the important parts of the plant. And if you have learned about germination, I remember you went through seed germination in class 3. If you go through seed germination, you also remember that plant roots is the first part of the plant that comes out during germination. So today we are going to look at the root system of plants. And at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to 1. State the functions of roots in plants. State the functions of roots in plants. 2. Differentiate between a tap root and a fibrous root. A tap root and a fibrous root. And then 3. Give 3 examples of plants with tap roots. You'll be able to give 3 examples of plants with tap roots, as well as 3 examples of plants with fibrous roots. So these are the performance indicators I would like you to absorb at the end of the lesson. Kids, remember that basic 4, basic 5, basic 6, if you take the lesson seriously, it forms the basis for the JHS science you'll be going to do in the next academic year if you perform in your school. So make sure that you take these lessons serious. And then if you take the lesson serious and you walk through with me, you'll be able to achieve all these lesson objectives or the performance indicators at the end of the lesson. Now let's begin by looking at the parts of the plants. The roots that we are going to talk about is also a part of the plant. So let's recap the functions or parts of a plant. This is a plant. This is a pepper plant. And with the parts, we have the 2 main parts, the root system and then the shoot system. In germination, the root comes first, and then the shoot follows, and the shoot becomes the stem and the leaves of the plant. So the 2 main parts of the plant are the root system and then the shoot system. So when you take the root system, we have only the root here. But when you take the shoot system, we We have the stem, we have the leaves, and later flowers develop if it's a flowering plant, and then we also get fruits when the flowers go through pollination. So these are the parts of a plant, and in the lesson we are going to delve more into the root system. Let's look at the functions of plant roots. Functions of plant roots. What are the functions they perform at all? The roots can be found in the soil. That is one thing you have to know. The roots can be found in the soil. Part of the shoot system is found above the soil, but the root is found in the soil. So remember that. So this is the roots of the plant. This is the root of the plant, and it is always found in the soil, as you see. So the root is always found in the soil. So remember, if you are asked where can the roots of the plant be found, in the soil. Good. Now, the root, another function of the root is that right now that you know that the root is found in the soil, let's look at the function it plays in the soil. The roots hold the plant in the soil. The roots hold the plant in the soil. So when you look at this, we are trying to remove the plant from the soil. Let's see if we can. It is very difficult to do that because the roots hold the plant firmly in the soil. So know that the root, that is one function of the root. It holds the plant firmly in the soil. If you go around, it is very difficult to uproot big trees from the soil. Sometimes they have to use machines. They have to use some simple machines like pickers and those things to go deep and remove the whole plant from the soil. So the root hold the plant in the soil. As you see, it's very difficult to remove. And if we remove the roots of the plant, what will happen? Answer me. We have a plant here. If I remove the roots, what will happen to the plant? Great. The plant will fall down. Very good. So if I remove the roots, the plant falls down. So that tells us that truly the roots hold the plant in the soil. So without the roots, the plant will fall down. So the root holds the plant. Let's look at it again. If I remove the roots, the plant falls down. Great. The roots also takes water and nutrients to the other parts of the plant. The roots take water and nutrients to the other parts of the plant. So there is the root, and you see that it is taking water. It is raining. So the root is taking water to all the parts of the plant. Let's see. See, it is raining. So when the rain gets into the soil, the roots also transports the water. You see the blue side you see is the water, and the particles you see here are the nutrients. You know that when the plant finishes preparing the food, it stores the glucose in the roots. When the plant finishes preparing its food, the food is stored in the roots. So the water also helps the plant, the root helps the plant to transport the nutrients to the other parts of the plant. You know that the leaves prepare the food, and the food is stored in the roots. As you are at home too, mommy will prepare the food, and where do mommy store the food? In the freezer. So after the plants preparing the food, which is called photosynthesis, the process called photosynthesis, the plant will store the food it's prepared in the leaves, in the roots. And then the water through the roots will help carry the nutrient to other parts of the plant. So the water, this is the water, the blue you see is the water, and the particles you see here are the nutrients. So one of the major parts of the plant is the roots, and the function it plays is that it carries water and nutrients to the other parts of the plant. Good. The water and the nutrients help the plant to grow. In our previous lessons, we learned about life processes of living things, and the plant is also a living thing. The plant is also a living thing, and then living things grow. So as water and nutrients passes through all the parts of the plant, it helps the plant to grow. That means it becomes bigger and stronger and also taller. So the water and nutrients help the plant to grow. So you see that the root is very important part of the plant. Now let's look at another function. Some plants also store food in the roots. Some plants also store food in the roots. So not all the fruits are stored at the shoots of the plants. We have the shoot system and the root system. Normally fruit, we get fruit from the shoot system, that is the leaves. But some of the food is also stored in the leaves and in the roots. And the examples are sweet potato. So sweet potato store food in the roots. Cassava store food in the roots. Carrots store food in the roots. So the roots do not only transport water and nutrients, they also store food. Some of the plants also store food in the roots. And examples are sweet potato, cassava, and then carrots. You all like sweet potato. I like them, especially when it is fried. You get some in the afternoon with some sausage. It's very nice. I hope you also like it. Cassava, we use it to pound fufu. And we all enjoy fufu with the variety of soups we have around. Carrot too is nice. It's nice when you get your rice with some carrot, and it's very nice to enjoy. So you see the function the roots perform for us. So the roots store some food, and then we also depend on this food as humans. Now that you know the roots, where it is found in the soil, and the functions it plays, now let's go to the types of roots. Types of plant roots. Are all plants having the same roots? When we were talking about the functions, we didn't tell the type and the function. They all carry the same functions, but are the roots the same? No, we have different types of roots, and that is what we are going to look at. So there are two types of plant roots, and these are tap roots and fibrous roots. Tap roots and fibrous roots. These are the two main types of plant roots, tap roots and fibrous roots. Let's look at them one by one. First, the tap roots. The tap roots, plants with tap roots have one main root from which side roots and root hairs grow. So with tap roots, we have one main root. That is this main root. That's what I'm showing you. This is the main root. That is what you see on your screen, the main root. This is the main root. That is how tap roots are. They have the main root. And then these are the side roots. These are the side roots. So we have another one here. They have side roots. These are the side roots. Have another side root. And then we have the root hairs. We have the root hairs. So on the side roots, you also see root hairs here. On the side roots, you see some tiny roots here on the side root. So this is the main roots, the side roots, and the root hairs. So this is how the tap root is. This is how the tap root is. So they have the main root that goes deeper into the soil, and then the side roots help to stabilize the plant in the soil. And the side roots also have root hairs that also carries water and nutrients to the plants. So this is a tap root. Now, the tap roots grow deeper in the soil. As you see, it grows as the plant is growing. The taproot also grows deeper and deeper into the soil. You see it's growing deeper into the soil. So taproot grows deeper into the soil. And as you see, let's look at it. It grows deeper and deeper into the soil. What we have here is the soil. So the taproot continuously grows deeper and deeper and deeper into the soil. So that is taproot. They grow deep into the soil. Let's look at it for the last time. They grow deeper, deeper, deeper with the side roots. As I said, this is the side roots. The side roots, and this is on the side roots too, you have some branches there. That's the root hairs. Now let's look at plants with taproots. Plants with taproots. Examples of some plants with this type of roots we are talking about. Example is carrots. Carrots is a plant with taproots. So this is the taproots. This is the taproots, and then these are the side roots and the root hairs. So carrots, we eat the roots. It stores its food in the roots. So we eat the roots as food, and that is what is carrot. So carrot is an example of a plant with taproots. Bean plant is also an example of plants with taproots. So you see the long root here. You see it, the long roots here. And then we have the side roots. And then from the side root, we have the root hairs. So the bean plant is also an example of plants with taproots. You like beans. I also like beans. When you go to Accra, they call it gobe. And it's very nice. It's a hot food. And it's a food that we all cherish a lot. And this type of plants that give us this food, beans, has tap roots. We also have pawpaw. This is the root of a pawpaw. So you see, it has a long root here, and then the side roots are here, and then the root hairs are also here. So this is a pawpaw plant. So a pawpaw plant also has tap roots. This is a tomato plant, and this is the root of tomato plants. It is also a tap root. You see the long root here, the long root with side roots here, and then we have the root hairs here. Have the root hairs on the side roots. Yes, so tomato also have tap roots. Mango also has tap roots. So you see the long root here straight, and then you see the side roots, and then the tiny root hairs here. So the mango also comes with tap roots. We all enjoy mango fruits. Then we have the sunflower. This is the roots of the sunflower, and the sunflower, this is the sunflower plant. This is the sunflower plant. They got their name because of how they look, and they also tend towards the direction of the sun. So this is the roots of the sunflower, and then you see this is the side roots. This is the main roots. This is the side roots, and these are the root hairs. So the sunflower also has tap roots. Good. So now you know tap roots, what they look like or how they look like, and then the examples of plants with taproot. Then let's go to fibrous roots. Fibrous roots. This is what we call fibrous roots. What are fibrous roots? Plants with fibrous roots do not have main roots. They do not have main roots. The plant has many hair-like roots which grows from the base of the stem. So they don't have main roots. All the roots grows. They all have their source from the stem, base of the stem like this. And then they all grow. They don't have one long root with side roots and root hairs. So that is fibrous roots. They do not have main roots. They have many hair-like roots which grow from the base of the stem. Let's look at some examples of plants with fibrous roots. Example is the grass plants, grass. They have fibrous roots. So look at it. This is an example of a fibrous root, grass. No main roots. They are all coming from the base of the stem, not from the main roots. Called, if they had the main roots, that all these roots will be side roots and root hairs, but they don't have the main roots. So the grass plant is an example. Then you have banana plants. This is the roots of the banana plant. They don't have main roots. They don't have main roots. They are all coming from the base of the stem. If you look at it carefully, they are all coming from the base of the stem. So banana has fibrous roots. Then you have onion. Onions also have fibrous roots. See, they are all coming from the base of the onion bulb. So onions also have fibrous roots. Then we have coconut. This is a coconut tree or plant. They all have what? Coconuts have fibrous roots. They are all coming from the base of the stem. They are all coming from the base of the stem. So coconut also has fibrous roots. Maize plant also has fibrous roots. You all like maize. I like maize, whether it is roasted or boiled or fried. You all enjoy it. And this plant comes with a fibrous roots. All the roots are coming from the base of the stem. Bamboo plants. Bamboo plants also comes with a fibrous roots. They all come from the base of the stem. Look at it. They are all coming from the base of the stem. So bamboo plant also has fibrous roots. Good. Kids, we are almost at the end of the lesson. And today we looked at types of plant roots. Types of plant roots. We first of all looked at the parts of a plant with the root system below and then the shoot system above the soil. And above the soil, we have the flower, the leaf, the fruits of some plants, and then the stem. And then the root system contains the roots of the plants. Then we looked at the two main types of plant roots. The tap root that has the main roots that extend deeper into the soil. Then side roots and root hairs also emerges from the main roots. That is the tap roots. And when it comes to the fibrous roots, they have their source coming from directly from the base of the stem without any main root. They are all coming from the base of the stem. So these are the two types of roots we talked about. Then we looked at examples of plants with tap roots. We have carrots, we have bean, we have pawpaw plants. They all come with tap roots. We also looked at tomato, mango, and sunflower as plants with tap roots. Then we also looked at fibrous roots. We have grass, we have banana, we have onion. They all come with fibrous roots. Their roots come from the base of the stem. We also have the coconut, maize, and bamboo. These are also examples of plants with fibrous roots, with their roots coming directly from the base. All the roots have their source from the base of the stem. Good. Now before we leave, let's try our hands on these questions. 1. A carrot is a plant. A carrot plant is an example of a carrot plant is an example of a stem roots, tap roots, fibrous roots. Good. Tap roots. Very good. A root system which has one main root with side roots is called one main root with side roots, as you see on the screen, is called what? Tap roots, stem root, fibrous root. Tap roots, good. Tap roots. Which of the following are the two primary roots? Which of the following are the two primary roots? Fibrous and stem. Stem and tap. Tap and fibrous. Good. Tap and fibrous root. These are the two main. So this is the tap roots and this is the fibrous roots. This is the tap roots and this is the fibrous roots. A root system which has many hair-like roots which grows from the base of the stem is called a root system which has many hair-like roots which grow from the base of the stem is called. You have the stem roots, you have the fibrous roots, you have the tap roots. Fibrous roots, good. Fibrous roots. 5. Which of the following plants does not have a fibrous root system? Which of the following plants does not have a fibrous root system? We have coconut, we have bean, we have maize. Which of them does not have the fibrous roots? Good. It's beans. Beans have tap roots. Very good. You have all done well. You have all done well. Now, before we go, as usual, let's try our hands on these questions. Right now, with the new edition of our Cafdil science lessons, we have added another feature, which is the QR code. This is the first lesson in class 6, and you begin by answering questions. If you have a phone or any device like tablet or phablet, use the phone to scan the QR code. If you scan, a link will come below the QR code. You tap on it and it will lead you to the Cafdil exercise page. You start by typing your name, your school, and your location. Then you begin answering the questions. Note that the questions are timed, so if you delay, your time will be up without submitting. If you finish on time, click on submit, and then another button will come. You click on view results. When you submit, Cafdil will get your results. You also see your results. And all the questions you were not able to answer, the system will teach you the correct answers. I'll give you some few minutes to do this exercise. So write this homework, state 2 functions of plant roots, mention the 2 types of roots, give 2 examples of plants with tap roots, and give 2 examples of plants with fibrous roots. So if you don't have a device to scan, you can try your hands on this. Those who have the device to scan to, you can still try your hands on this. So if you don't have the QR code scanner, if you don't have it on your phone, today download it. Go to Play Store or App Store and download it, because all the exercises you'll be watching on Cafdil, you will be using the QR code scanner to scan the live exercise so that you also join and do some. So go to Play Store if you are using Android, and go to App Store if you are using Apple devices, so that you download. It's free, but make sure you have data. And when you finish too and you are scanning the QR code, make sure you also have data. And always enjoy our lessons on our social media handles as well. You can go to YouTube and then go to Cafdil Edu, or you can go to Facebook and then you go to Cafdil Cape Coast to enjoy the lesson. On YouTube, you can subscribe so that anytime any program is going on, whether lessons or any interesting program is going on at Cafdil, you will be notified to watch. Scan the QR code and begin your exercise. With time, Cafdil will acknowledge all those who have been performing well in these exercises. We will be acknowledging you from time to time. Well done. You are welcome back. I believe you were all able to do the exercise I told you to do. Today we looked at the root system of plants and the types of plant roots, in addition to the main functions plant roots perform for all these plants we see around. I believe you enjoyed the lesson and you have learned something new today. Until I come your way again with another interesting science lesson, this is your teacher, Ernest Ato Bento. Bye-bye.